guys, it's Melena, and what we're going to be doing today is something that I haven't really done before, but I'm really excited to do these annually. My 2024 movies ranked, like the movies that have come out this year. I'm going to rank all of them that I've seen. I'm only including straight up movies, so concert films and documentaries are not going to be included, and there will be a handful that I did not get to, or I've just simply not had the time to watch them, or they're not out on streaming yet. So yeah, without further ado, let's get started. But before we do, I just want to shamelessly plug my Letterboxd, because this year has been more about movies than it has with music, which I'm kind of known for, my reactions on here, so it'll be a weird shift. Anyways, yes, and it'll also be linked down below, so please go check that out. It would be awesome if you would follow me on there, and I would love to hear from you guys as well to see what your guys' top 4 are. If you want to see my top 4, go follow. Thank you. Anyways, yeah, let's just get started. I pretty much only watched 41 straight up films from this year, and then I will be bringing up some honorable mentions that aren't really like movies, like documentaries, concert films, stuff like that, and then movies that I've yet to see. I watched Quiet on Set, which we all, that was truly an era to be in, like watching your childhood, unravel. It's like, it was a lot. It was really a lot. It happened. Child Star, which is another thing that is, kind of like Quiet on the Set, but Demi Lovato was actually the producer. She brought that out. It had Christina Ricci, it had Drew Barrymore, it had Keenan, Raven-Symoné, Alison Stoner. It had a handful of people. Jojo Siwa. Yeah, it was a lot. It was like Quiet on the Set, just like a little bit toned down. Doc of Chucky, which was 5 hours long, and it was worth every single minute. None of y'all know this, but I had a massive Chucky era this year. I watched all 7 movies, the TV show, all 3 seasons of the TV show, and then I watched Doc of Chucky, and it was worth every single minute. I would definitely recommend that. Love it. Guts World Tour, Olivia Rodrigo. That was a very fun watch. As you all well know, I love me some Olivia Rodrigo. I've reacted to Guts on here, and we all had our sour era, so a lot of fans watched that Netflix original. It was really, really fun, but my favorite honorable mention that was not a movie is Gaga Chromatica Ball. It was so fun. She has just had so many eras this year. That one was definitely one that you had to be in, was Chromatica at the time, and it was really, really fun. And I would have loved to have gone to Chromatica Ball. I cannot stress that enough. For those of you that have commented on my videos and said, I went to Chromatica Ball, I was not only jealous, I was just like, wow, that's insane. Like, whoever actually witnessed that should, praise you, love you, you're lucky, I hate you and I love you. Anyway, so those were my honorable mentions that aren't movies. And then the few that will not be on this list because I have not seen them yet are Y2K, Longlegs, Smile 2, Jackpot, Your Monster. Those are the ones that I've not seen yet, but if I have seen any of these by the time I post this, I will include them in the ranking that it would be. Hopefully I've seen one of these. Future Melena, please let me know, so y'all aren't waiting for a Smile 2 thing, which I really want to see so soon. I love the first Smile a lot, much more than I thought I was gonna, love it. I also thought that Kyle Gallner was in it. His name will come up later, just wait. Okay, anyways, let's just zoom by the first 20 and then I'll get into some detail the closer we get to my top 10. Number 41, we have The Beekeeper. I didn't really watch it all the way through. I just wanted to include it because I did kind of like it. I gave it a 2.5 stars. It was just a movie that I came in while my dad was watching it. So I didn't really watch the whole thing, but from what I watched, it was okay. But the rest of these are at least a little bit better because I'm not a huge action girly. Anyways, Bob Marley, One Love. Same thing, and this is the last one on this list that this has happened to me with. Is Bob Marley, One Love. I fell asleep. That's about it. I grew up with Bob Marley. I love Bob Marley. It's just, I'm not a huge fan of that movie. From what I watched half of it, fell asleep, bored. Hold Your Breath. I really needed a Sarah Paulson fix, but this was just not it. it was a pretty good concept. There were some good parts, and I love seeing Sarah Paulson because we haven't really seen her in American Horror Story in a while. So it was just nice to see her, you know, do something outside of that in the horror genre. I think the last one that I watched of her was Run, and it wasn't bad. I did like Run much more than this. It had an interesting premise, interesting twist. Everything about Run was interesting, but this one was just not it. It was a miss. It was a miss. I'm sorry. I love you, Sarah, but like, it's a miss. Sorry. Miller's Girl. Okay. Okay, I can't even. Okay, Jenna Ortega, Martin Freeman. This is not good. It's just like a stupid, like, erotic thriller. It's just not good. Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. I know, hot take. I'm sorry. I love seeing Dan Aykroyd, Bill Murray, and, you know, Annie Potts and Ernie Hudson. Like, I love seeing them so much. But this movie was just boring. It could have been much better. Could have eased up on a couple of storylines in it. Like, half the movie was just like pure bleh. Okay, The Strangers Chapter 1. Hot take. I had fun. Like, it wasn't like a good movie, but I also enjoy Strangers Pray at Night. That's a hot take as well, but it's true. I love me some, like, stupid movies, and those are stupid movies. I prefer Pray at Night, the second one, but I did enjoy Chapter 1 that came out this year. Madeline Petch, I'm a fan of her. Riverdale. It's a hit or miss with that as well. I can't even talk about Riverdale. Don't even get me started, okay? Anyways, it wasn't the worst movie in the world, like everyone is saying. I gave it a 2.5 as well. I think I might have given it a 3. Out of 5. This is all out of 5, guys, because I'm going off Letterboxd. Okay. Lola. It was a good movie. But then I read some stuff it was about, like, in real life. So the character is this poor girly, okay? I hate when rich people pretend to be poor and pretend to know what it's like. That just really pisses me off. But if that didn't exist in the real life and, like, this person was played by someone who understands what it's like to be poor, I would have been ranked a little bit higher. But since that happened, I have to put it lower, and I usually don't talk about things that were on the outside of movies, like dramas. I take that out of it, like with Buffalo 66. You take out what happened with, like, Vincent Gallo and stuff. But I could not do that with Lola. Okay, It's What's Inside. Okay, to be fair, it had a good premise. It's just, I'm not a huge fan of stuff like that anymore. When it's, like, stupid adults, you know, acting like teenagers, it just gets on my nerves. Interesting premise. I watched it with my cousin. We had fun. But that was the night we found out about the election. No, the night before the election. So we were kind of, like, down a little bit. So that might have, you know, tainted it a little bit. But other than that, it was a very fun and interesting movie. But there are much better ones ahead of that one. So let's continue. Okay, this one's a guilty pleasure of mine. Single Black Female 2, Simone's Revenge. That one has Amber Riley and Raven Goodwin in it, and I find it really entertaining. The first one was really campy and really fun, but this one I find the storyline a lot better. I'm not a huge Lifetime fan at all. That's my grandma. Go ask my grandma. She loves Lifetime movies. But this one I kind of had, like, fun with, and yeah, it was just a fun ride. And it's up there with A Deadly Adoption for me. If you don't know that, look it up. It's Kristen Wiig and Will Ferrell in a Lifetime movie. Bet you didn't know that one. I watched it live. That's a big flex for me. 32, Mean Girls, 2024. I had a Renee Rapp era. Okay, December last year through January of this year. I love Renee Rapp, but she carried the movie. But that doesn't make the movie the greatest movie in the world. It was fun. But, like, everyone else's vocals were just pure shit. I'm sorry, okay? They could have done better. They could have done so much better. Argyle, it was a really, really fun cast, a fun premise. I had fun, but the movie could have been better. That's pretty much all I have to say about it. Could have been better. But I had fun. That's okay. Where were we? My dad called. My cousin texted me. It was a lot. Okay, so Argyle, pretty damn good movie. Okay, A Family Affairs, Zac Efron, Joey King, and it was okay. Like, I don't really like it nor hate it. You know, like, it's just, like, in the middle right there. Okay, I saw the TV Glow. Okay. I really, really wanted this to be higher up on my list. I had really high expectations. I think with my second rewatch, I'll love it and appreciate it even more. I think, first of all, because I watched it, like, broken up, like, half one day, half the other day. It's just a lot. There's layers. And I don't think I understood it the first time around. I just watched it today. I feel like it should be higher. I really want it to be higher. I'm pretty sure it would probably crack top 20 if I gave it a second rewatch and then made the list. But it made top 30. But I really love the aesthetics. Bridget Lundy Payne. Girl, I love them. Love me some Bridget. Atypical. I literally, okay, dude, okay, first of all, Sarah Paulson, Bridget Lundy Payne. I traced those for art class, and I don't know why, but I still have it there. And then, Izzy and Casey. I don't know if you can see that, but that's very typical. I enjoyed the aspect. They had me first half, and then second half it just got really confusing for my brain. Maxine. Okay, I had such high expectations for Maxine because I really loved X and I really liked Pearl, but I just think I don't know. I just feel like it could have been better. The things they were working with, it was 80s, it was LA. They had like really cool parts. And I think why I still put it a little bit higher, it was just like really, really fun. And I love the 80s aesthetic. And then Halsey was in it. Kevin Bacon had some fun parts in it. Brothers. Okay, again, this one was just a fun time all around. Brolin, Dinklage, Fraser, how you say his name. I grew up with all three of them. I love all three of them. And I really enjoyed this movie. Marissa Tomei's character, there are some parts in it that are just like, left me on the floor. Like, what the hell? Strange Darling. Okay. Kyle Kellner. Jesus Christ. I had higher expectations, honestly. That, I saw the TV Glow, and then a couple we'll be getting to really, really soon. I had higher expectations for those. So that's why they're ranked really low, even though they might be better within like a second rewatch, knowing what I'm signing up for. I did enjoy the chase, the twists. It was fun. Okay, Time Cut. Okay, I had literal, like, no expectations whatsoever for this one. My cousin recommended it, and I was not let down, honestly. This was much better than I thought it was going to be. Even though it was a Netflix original, it was still damn good. I usually don't like these teeny bopper stupid ass movies, but I liked that one a lot. It was fun. It was nice. Early 2000s. I love hate how that's, 20 years ago. That it's like, you know how 80s were a thing and the 90s were a thing? Now 2000s it's considered old because it's 20 years ago. I was born in the 2000s. It makes me feel so old, and I'm not even that old. It's crazy. Oh, but anyways, it was a fun chase thrill ride. If you love horror, you love the, teen comedy, I guess, if you will, you'll like it. Controversial one. Joker Folie à Deux. I love Gaga. I really like this movie. I'm gonna be honest. I really like the movie. It could have been shorter. There could have been a little bit less music. But I really liked it. It was really, really fun. Here's my Letterboxd review of it, and I will voice over it. I think this is going to go on the list of movies that people hate it because they don't understand it. I loved it. It wasn't a perfect movie at all, but I enjoyed at least 80% of it. Having a mental illness, you need something to rely on, and for me, that's music. So I completely relate to that aspect, minus the psycho part. I understand and enjoyed the movie being a musical, but I personally think that this movie should have been a whole separate thing. They had a lot to work with, and they did not use everything right. I had super high expectations, so I was very let down.
The story was kind of slow, but some of the scenes made up for that. I'm also very let down by Lady Gaga's screen time, but other than that, I thoroughly enjoyed the movie. Unpopular opinion, 6 out of 10 or 7, I don't know. Though I was hoping for at least a 9.
Well, those are my thoughts on Joker Folie à Deux. Could have been better, though, with what they had working with. And there could have been more Gaga. The Watchers. Okay, this one was fun. I honestly really liked it. I had no expectation. I love Dakota Fanning. It was a really fun Shyamalan Ding Dong movie. I loved the suspense of it. I love the mystery. I didn't guess it. You know, that's the power of the Shyamalan Ding Dong universe. You can't really guess it. Like, I love Split. I love The Visit. Like, I love Shyamalan movies. And we'll get to another Shyamalan pretty soon. Red One. This one, my brain convinced me, I convinced myself that I was gonna absolutely hate this movie. I thought it was gonna be in the bottom 5. I'm not a huge Christmas girly. Don't like Christmas. Never, I mean, there's just a lot of reasons why I'm not a huge Christmas fan. This movie was honestly really fun. I love Chris Evans. Lucy Liu is an icon. J.K. Simmons is an icon. The Rock is entertaining as an actor. This one was actually pretty fun. I'm gonna give it that. I don't like action movies. I don't like holiday movies, like I said, but it was a fun sleigh ride, and I was here for every minute of it. Watch it. It's on Prime. It's really fun. Honestly, that's what I keep saying, and that's what these movies are. Just like a fun year all around. Love Lies Bleeding. Oh my god, Love Lies Bleeding. It does. Opening sequence. Although I did have a little bit of higher expectation, and I do love that John Waters listed that as his #1 movie of the year, and yeah, I love John Waters. We'll get to that in my 2024 roundup, though. My love for John Waters. He's my favorite director ever. I love his movies. Okay, that's besides the point. Speaking of fun, Abigail. Abigail is such a ride. It's a ride. Even the dialogue scenes are funny. It would have been higher if Haunted Hippie, if a fellow YouTuber, didn't bring up the fact that it was kind of like a Ready or Not, you know, type movie, because it was written by the same people. The one thing that I really didn't like about the movie is how they promoted it, because that was kind of like the big twist of her being like a vampire, but it was pretty much, you know, given away like for the poster. That's what I didn't like about it, but overall it was a damn good movie, and yeah. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. That was a fun watch, honestly. I think it was, I mean, I'm also a fan of Joseph Gordon-Levitt. Eddie Murphy's movies are usually pretty good. It was honestly a fun action-filled ride, and I hadn't really seen any of the Beverly Hills Cop except for like the first one, part of the second one. So it was kind of fun to see, you know, it like 40 years later. Yeah, it was really exciting. Definitely took me by surprise. And another movie that really took me by surprise was Twisters at number 18. We were in the top 20, y'all. I had 0 expectation for Twisters. That's what I'm thinking happened with some of these in the top 20s, that I had 0 expectations whatsoever. So then it's, you know, higher. But it might change throughout time. Like I say in my Letterboxd list, it may vary. It will change. Twisters was really fun. I do love that Glenn Powell is finally, you know, in the limelight, because he was really funny in Scream Queens, and I enjoyed him in this. I laughed a lot. It was a really fun tornado ride. It was really exciting and had me on the edge of my seat 100% of the time. I do enjoy me some tornado movies. My favorite tornado movie is Into the Storm. I'm kind of biased because I love the first ones. Okay, Despicable Me 4, I grew up with it. I grew up on Minions. I grew up with Gru. I grew up with all of the kids, and I'm biased, like I said. Storyline was fun. There was a lot of callbacks to the original. It was cute. I loved it. I'm not a huge like animation kid anymore. I was hooked on them with like a lot of them. Too much to even compute my brain right now. But there are a couple animations that made the list, and even one that made the top 10, honestly.
I forgot to mention this movie, Speak No Evil. I'm putting it here on my list. I really did enjoy that movie. Like, the beginning, I was kind of like, "Meh," you know, like, it was a little slow. So me and my cousin were just, like, talking a little bit. And then when it got good, literally, me and Cassie, my cousin, here's her letterbox, there you go. We were, like, left so speechless. Like, we, like, oh my God. We were freaking out. Like, especially when it got to a certain part of the movie. Once it starts to get good, it really gets good. So, I loved it, honestly. Plus, everyone was so smart in it. I'm so tired of seeing people, you know, dumb in horror movies. So this was very refreshing.
Now top 15, Immaculate. Sydney Sweeney did that. I did not expect her to be in a horror film. Anyways, Immaculate was insane, to say the least. Saturday Night. I honestly went into this being like, you know, whatever. But like, I'm a huge fan of SNL, honestly. All throughout the years, even the shitty years, even the years now. It's like my guilty pleasure show, honestly. But the 90s and 2000s are my shiznit, so, you know. But it was really, really exciting to see how the first night went. I don't know if all of it is accurate or factual, but it was fun nonetheless. And I love seeing everything behind the scenes with, like, Aykroyd, and it was just fun. It was just really exciting to see everything, you know, wrapped together in a pretty little bow. Now we cracked the top 13. I love every single movie in the top 13. There's nothing wrong with a single one of them, so let's hop into my top 13. Number 13 is Drive Away Dolls. I'm absolutely living for Margaret Qualley, and I can never pronounce her name, but she's from Miracle Workers. I just really love the aspect of the film. I love the plot. I love every single thing about it, really. And the ending. Oh, why did they forget their thing? Plural. I wouldn't have forgotten those. Oh my God, I probably shouldn't have said that, but whatever. If you know, you know. But that film was really fun, and I loved it. And another film that was really awesome, and I loved it, even though it was like so suspenseful, was A Quiet Place Day One. Girl, I love, obviously Joseph Quinn. I've been highly anticipating that since the teaser trailer last year. Like I said, just been waiting, and it did live up to the hype, and it was pretty damn good. Much better than what people are saying, you know. I give it like a 4 out of 5, so like an 8. It was really like had me on the edge of my seat, and girl, I would have went out with Nina Simone eating pizza too. I would have done all of that for pizza as well. I'm glad that cat did not die. I'm glad that cat made it out. We're Joseph Quinn, and we love an emotional guy. We love someone that actually shows their feelings and cries. I love you, Joseph Quinn. Beetlejuice. Babe. Okay, this is a sequel that I had fun with, but it could have been better. It really could have been much better. Like, Michael Keaton was barely even in it. It didn't even kick in until like 50 minutes in. I love Catherine O'Hara. I love Winona Ryder. I really like Jenna Ortega. I grew up with her. I love all three of those leading ladies, and Justin Theroux or whatever, that was my first Justin Theroux movie, I think. He was funny. And I obviously love Michael Keaton. Love Beetlejuice 1. It's one of my favorite movies ever. It's definitely on my top 20 favorite movies of all time. And it could have been better by a lot, but I had fun, you know? It was a really good touch of nostalgia that I never really knew that I needed. There's a lot to be said about Beetlejuice, so I don't know. Number 10 is Challengers. That one I had really low expectations for. I did not expect to like that one as much as I did, but it was fun. It was dramatic. I don't like sports movies at all, but that one was more of like a sport, a brain sport. You know, Zendaya's character, I hate her character so much. She's so manipulative. I love it. Big flex, if you didn't know, I met Zendaya Coleman when I was like 5 or 4. I think 4. So Yeah. Other than her character being a manipulative biatch, it was a fun ride. I definitely enjoyed myself, as they all did as well. It was really enthralling and suspenseful. Had me in my seat, had me screaming, had me like freaking out, being like, what the hell? Like 80% of the time. I loved it. Trap. Okay. You either love it or you hate it, and I loved it. I loved it. I freaking loved that movie. It was fun. It was suspenseful. It had me on the edge of my seat the entire time, trying to see him get out of that concert and try to like bring his daughter out. If my dad did that to me at a Gaga concert or a Billie concert, I would have never forgiven him. I'd have been like, you can leave me. I'll stay here. You get in trouble. Kindly go away. Let me enjoy myself and go do whatever crime you're trying to do. Go leave. Leave me alone. Leave me out of this. Don't take me away from the concert. Anyways, I got really into that concept. Like, I spent like an hour just being like, if my dad did that to me, bitch.
Okay, so I watched Smile 2 last night, so I'm gonna talk about it and I'm gonna rank it right here. So, this one was very, very, very fun and gross and not the greatest movie to watch right before bed, but I had fun. In some ways, I loved it better than the first one. Spoiler warning, I did not like the always having to see Kyle Gallner, die. But I guess it was needed to, get to the storyline, whatever. But I really loved it. I love seeing Naomi Scott because I grew up with her with, Lemonade Mouth. She did damn good as an actress in this. This one was just, completely, insane. It was amazing and definitely worth the wait.
Number 8 is Inside Out 2. That one, dude, I cried a little bit. It hit a little bit too close to home. Jesus H freaking zombie. I loved that movie. It did not let me down with that 9-year wait. I don't really remember the year, but it was damn good. Cheers. Hats off to you, man. I've always loved the concept of that movie, and I'm like, I wonder what's going on inside my head. I don't know. What emotions are even in there right now? Who knows? But I loved every single second of it. There was definitely not a boring part. It had me cringing because I related. It had me crying because I related. It had me laughing because I'm awkward and I relate. It just made me feel every single emotion, and I'm sure that's what it wanted the audience to do, and it worked. Wicked. Okay, I have went back and forth putting this in my top 5, top 6 the whole time. It was my second favorite movie of the year for a while until I watched the other ones, and then I carefully thought about it. It's a great film. It's a beautiful film, but there's just some stuff that I can't, get over. I don't even mind the fact that it's 2 hours, 40 minutes. I don't mind that. There's just something about it that, I don't know. The other movies on the top of this list are better, in my opinion. I love musicals. I think they did this one justice. I think the visuals were great. The casting choice was perfect because I definitely see Ariana Grande as a bitch, and I love Ariana Grande. I grew up with her, but I cannot get over the drama of real life and stuff. Not with Ethan Slater, but look up how much she got paid compared to Cynthia Erivo. Just do that and come back. See what I mean? Jeez, it's a $13 million difference. Anyways, Thelma. Thelma is such a damn good movie. It's so fun. I love seeing June Squibb doing her own stunts at 93. 93! And she's out there rolling around, falling down, running, getting that coin back. Because it's pretty much about her. She had fraud, $10,000 she's trying to get back from these people that scammed her over the phone, and it's just a fun ride. It's definitely one of my favorite movies of the year. And now we're gonna get into my top 5. Deadpool and Wolverine. Okay, that was so fun. I actually went to see that. Oh, I also went to see Wicked as well with my cousin and my aunt. It was really, really fun. I loved watching those with them, and it was awesome. I watched Deadpool with my dad. I was kind of sick in the theater. I wore my mask and everything. I watched everything. I made sure no one else got sick, and we're good. You know, don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. It was a fun ride. Even though I was sick, I was still enjoying myself, and I loved every single second. Ryan Reynolds was literally born to play Deadpool, and it was fun to see Hugh Jackman back. I love seeing Chris Evans in it. It was really, really funny. Everything about the movie was really, really funny. I love the cameos, every single thing about it. If you've seen it, then you know. I don't even have to explain it. Just, if you haven't seen it, Dogpool! Dogpool! I love Dogpool. Very cutie. She is that bitch. She is that bitch, guys. Anyways, really fun action flick. Not a huge Marvel fan anymore, but I love Deadpool, and I love Dogpool, and I love Wolverine. I love every single thing about this movie. So let's continue to my top 4. My old ass. I think what made this stand out so much for me is because the main character is in a transitional part of her life. She's going to college. Well, she's leaving her home, turning 18, you know, moving on with her life, transitioning into adulthood, and I am so close to that age that it's really freaking me out, and I really relate. I cried, to say the least. I don't cry during movies, but I did cry during this one, and a couple more in the top 4. But I had so much fun. I love Aubrey Plaza. I enjoy her movies so much. She's literally my favorite movie of all time. The premise was out there, but it all made sense, you know. Top 3. Okay.
Okay. Here we go.
Number 3 is We Live in Time. Florence Pugh, Andrew Garfield. Holy shit. Holy shit. This was my reaction to the end of that movie, by the way.
Oh my god. I'm literally crying up in here. Nothing could have prepared me for that. Oh my god. I didn't cry up until the rank part. Like, until, like, that point on. Oh my god. Wow. I don't know what to say.
I bawled! So hard! Such a beautiful story, and every single second, like, there wasn't even a boring moment, and you felt all the feels, all the emotions they wanted you to feel. You felt them. I loved every single minute of it. I was not bored. As you can see, it was in my top 3 of the year, and this was a damn good year in film, and the acting was phenomenal. Let's continue. Number 2 is The Substance. I love The Substance. It was so insane. Here's my reaction to that.
What? Oh my god. Holy shit. What? What?
Looks like it.
Boobies. Oh. What? That was insane.
It was insane. Oh my god. Whoa. I can't. If you've seen The Substance, then you know where I'm going. Like, okay, Elizabeth did not. She never lost her sparkle. She didn't need to take the substance. She didn't need to do that. And Sue, you're a bitch. You're greedy. I hate you, but I love you too. You know the grossest part of the movie wasn't even the body horror. It was Dennis Quaid eating shrimp at the table like a madman, like a freaking animal. There's so much I could say about that movie. I don't even know where to start. Okay, my number 1, Lisa Frankenstein. I love Diablo Cody. Zelda Williams directed it, the daughter of Robin Williams. So whoever doesn't like this movie can go eat a butt, okay? Eat a chopped off butt. Eat a badonk, okay? Eat a badonkadonk, okay? A gross one. That was too far. I'm sorry. Okay, that got graphic. Okay, Lisa Frankenstein's graphic. What are you talking about? they don't even see it and you see it. You know, certain parts, if you know literal parts. I bawled. I freaking bawled, okay? Here's my reaction to that now. I've documented some of these and I'm happy about it. So here you go. Enjoy my misery.
Oh my god, Lisa Frankenstein is really getting me. Oh.
I laughed. I cried. Diablo Cody wrote the script. She wrote Jennifer's Body, and the fact that this movie exists in Jennifer's Body universe. I love Diablo Cody. She also did Juno, but that doesn't count in these two. Although I will have like a movie night with those three. And if y'all want to have like a watch along or something, let me know. We can watch like all three of those movies in a row. My goal for Christmas is to get Lisa Frankenstein on DVD because that is a definite need. There's so much I could say about it. I love the fact that Cole Sprouse doesn't talk and still leaves you in shambles. Like, anyways, everything about that movie was perfect. It's my favorite movie of the year. I literally gave it a 10. I love it that much. And I've only given like maybe 30 movies a 10. Okay, guys. That was a perfect movie. It was a perfect movie. I'm gonna say it. Not a lot of people loved it like I will. Like I do. I don't even know what to say. Like, my brain is like out of juice right now. Like, Lisa Frankenstein is that bitch. So that was the video. That was all of my movies that came out in 2024 ranked. Thank you guys so much for watching this really, really weird random video. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you want me to do this next year, I will obviously do that because I will anyway. So yeah, thank you guys so much for watching, and stay tuned for my 2024 roundup. I'm really excited to do that. It's just gonna take me a minute to like prepare. So happy holidays, and celebrate with your family and friends and with yourself like I'm gonna be doing. With your dog, your best friend. My best friend is my dog. Anyways, happy holidays, and see you in my 2024 roundup. And if you don't watch my 2024 roundup, then just have a happy new year anyway. And I'll see y'all in my next video. So yeah, check out my Letterboxd, and